Call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. I want to acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory and the land on which we are meeting is the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Red River Métis Nation. As a council and a municipality, we will continue to work on moving forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in the spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. I'll ask for a motion for the adoption of the minutes, please.
Resolved that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held at City Hall on May 11th, 2026 be adopted as circulated.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Nichols. All those in favor? And that is carried. We have one delegation this evening. If you want to come up to the podium. And if you'd like to use the mic and state your first and last name for the record.
My name is Brandon Mansell.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Do you want a paper copy or do you have a?
We're good.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here today with Property Assessment Services. We just have an Impact of Reassessment 2027 report to briefly go over with you to let you know how the assessment's looking for 2027. So on page 1, this report provides council with an overview of the impact of reassessment 2027 in your municipality. For 2027, the assessed values of all properties will be updated to an April 1st, 2025 market value, and that's changing from April 1st, 2023. Property assessments were last updated in 2025. If we move to page 2, that chart kind of gives you the breakdown of all the changes. So we're looking at single-family residential increasing 4.9%, the average residential, including apartment and condo, 5%, and then farms, 3.8%, commercial, 4.5%, and so on. So the overall increase, average increase in the municipality was 4.7%. Moving to page 3 just has some impact of reassessment 2027 information. I won't go over that with you right now, but page 4, we have a little pie chart there that gives you the, so this is all based on your 2025 budget. Pending your 2025 budget did not change. You would see approximately 1,639 properties with a tax increase and 3,522 with a tax decrease for 2027. Moving to page 5, I guess the big part of this is, again, if you don't see budgetary needs changing from 2025, properties with an assessment increase less than 4.7% should see a municipal tax decrease, and obviously properties with a greater increase than 4.7 should see a municipal tax increase. Moving to page 6, there's just some options for council to moderate these impacts. I'm not sure if any have ever taken place, but there are 4 options there if council wants to weigh their options. And then moving to page 7, just some of the tax reduction options the province offers. The first one, the homeowners affordability tax credit, it will be increasing to $1,700 per primary residence for 2027, but new in 2027, the value will I guess matter on who gets these credits. So properties with an assessed value greater than $1 million will see that credit reduced by $3.40 per $1,000 of assessed property value. I believe the cap at 1.5 million will see no credit on their school taxes. And then it goes through with the renter's affordability tax credit, senior school tax credit, farmland, school tax rebate, and the school tax rebate on farm properties are all options that ratepayers have. And then on the last page, we just have a bunch of information to the public about reassessment 2027. I like to say that the best one is to give us a call, give our office a call, or come visit us. We're willing to talk to any ratepayers that have any questions or concerns with their assessment. But the website is great. My Property MB Manitobans can sign up for. They can get their assessment notices sent to their email. So they would be receiving that tomorrow. I believe all the reassessment notices for the city will be hitting the mail tomorrow. So anyone who has signed up for that should be getting a link to their reassessment notice as well.
Perfect.
But that is all I have.
Any questions for Mr. Mansell? We'll start with Councillor Meyer. He was first. Did you have your hand up? Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship. Thanks for your presentation. Just a question on these tools that municipalities can use. Do you see any municipalities varying portioning?
Sorry.
You know, on the class portion percentages, do you see many municipalities actually doing that? I mean, it seems to be almost impossible to do, really.
Right.
In some way.
In the 12 years I've been with assessment, I haven't seen it. I'm not familiar with how it would work or what you would do, but we do have MSOs that are available to reach out if there is any kind of portion change you were trying to explore, I guess.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just another, the tax credit program.
Mhm.
What is that? I'm not familiar with how that works.
The homeowners affordability?
No,
Or-
the establishing a tax credit. I'm on the page with options to moderate impacts.
Oh, okay.
What is the tax credit program? Is that a widely used tool or?
Again, I'm not familiar with it. I can speak with an MSO as well and get that information for you if you want. I'm not familiar off the top of my head, but certainly something an MSO would be more well versed in.
Thank you. Councillor Doyle?
Thank you, Your Worship. Thanks, Mr. Mansell, for this. Just for some clarification on page 4 with the pie chart. So these properties that have tax increases or decreases, just so I'm clear, is that property value increases and decreases?
Right, yeah. So I guess we would see about 3,500 that increased less than the 4.7% average, and we saw 1,639 that increased more than 4.7% in assessed value.
Okay, so typically the property values still go up,
Yes.
but it's just less than
And-
that
yeah.
average. Okay, gotcha.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
My question is, Mr. Mansell, that 4.7% for Portage la Prairie,
Right.
correct?
Yep.
So is that number similar in municipalities across southern Manitoba, or do you know where?
I can tell you on page 2 it does say, I should have read it, but the province's taxable assessment increased by 12.1 billion, which was an average of 11% across the province. And that does include the city of Winnipeg.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Nice to see you again this year.
Thanks so much.
Okay, we have no public hearings. We'll move into Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee. Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship. Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee has no report in this part of the meeting.
Thank you. City Planning and Economic Development Committee. Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. City Planning and Economic Development Committee has no report.
Thank you. Community Services Committee. Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. The Community Services Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee. Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Worship. Waterworks Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. Transportation Committee. Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. Transportation has nothing to report.
Thank you. Public Safety Committee. Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. Public Safety Committee has nothing to report.
Thank you. We have no deferred business. We'll move right into new business. We have support resolution regarding the proposed amendments to section 152.2 of the Municipal Act, removal of attendees, Finance, Legislative, and Property Committee. Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Your Worship and colleagues. This evening, we're considering supporting a resolution from one of our colleague municipalities, the Arm of Alexander, regarding to review and amend the Municipal Act to strengthen our authority to maintain order and safety at council meetings while respecting procedural fairness and the public's right to attend meetings. And as you know, municipal councils in Manitoba are required by the Municipal Act to conduct their business in an open and transparent manner, including the holding of public council meetings to facilitate resident engagement and accountability. These principles are foundational to democratic local governance and remain strongly supported by municipalities across the province. However, municipalities are increasingly experiencing situations where a small number of individuals engage in repetitive, vexatious, hostile, or disruptive conduct at council meetings and in their interactions with municipal staff. In some cases, this behavior has escalated to the point where council meetings have been significantly disrupted, municipal business has been unable to proceed, and staff and the elected officials have experienced fear, intimidation, and concern for their personal safety. This trend has been widely observed and documented across Manitoba, particularly in smaller rural municipalities with limited administrative capacity and physical security resources. So under the current legislative framework, councils do have the authority to maintain order during council meetings. This includes the ability to rule speakers out of order, impose reasonable procedural controls, and require the removal of individuals whose conduct disrupts the meeting or prevents council from carrying out its duties. So where necessary, councils may request assistance from law enforcement to ensure the immediate safety of attendees and allow the meeting to proceed. However, recent jurisprudence has clarified that this authority is strictly limited, and this is the key part of this problem, to the specific meeting at which the disruptive behavior occurs. In April of 2026, the Manitoba Court of King's Bench ruled that the RM of Alexander did not have the authority under the Act to impose forward-looking or blanket bans preventing a resident from attending future council meetings, entering municipal facilities, or contacting municipal staff. The court confirmed that while councils may remove an unruly individual from a meeting in progress, they lack the statutory authority to assist attendance at future meetings, unless you go through the court system to get satisfaction. As a result, Manitoba municipalities currently operate within a legislative environment where they must respond repeatedly and reactively to the same individuals, often on a meeting-by-meeting basis, even where a demonstrated pattern of disruptive, frivolous, and intimidating conduct exists. So it's the absence of proactive tools, statutory tools, to address chronic misuse of public meeting rights has made it difficult for councils to ensure the orderly conduct of meetings, protect staff well-being, and maintain effective governance. Taken together, these circumstances highlight a significant gap in Manitoba's municipal legislative framework. And while openness and public participation remain essential democratic values, the current legislation does not adequately equip municipalities to address situations where a small number of individuals repeatedly undermine good governance, threaten workplace safety, and prevent councils from fulfilling their statutory responsibilities. The recommendation is that we approve this, and I would support that the resolution. You have it. I won't read the whole resolution, but basically it's asking for a review of the Act to address this problem of not being able to deal with individuals into the future who are disruptive. So I would move that we support the resolution under the Municipal Act as proposed here in the submission.
Moved by Councillor Massey, seconded by Councillor Meyer. Any questions or comments? Councillor Massey?
Thank you, Your Worship. Just want to make a few comments. When you read the report, I mean, it sounds, pretty clear, but I want to put it in context. First of all of us ran for council. We signed up, we knew what we were getting into. We're going to get heat, we're going to get flack, we're going to get disagreements with our residents. But what we did not sign up for, and what is increasingly I'm seeing, and I think the municipal landscape is seeing, is a problem of disruption of council meetings. In 20 years at AMM, I saw this increase every year. It's a serious problem. You have individuals that go to council specifically to disrupt council and city business. These chambers are the people's democratic right to come into and express themselves. And I think the city of Portage has done a great job. And the word I hear often from our residents is, you're transparent. You're transparent in what you're doing. We know what you're doing. So as a result, our term, I don't think we've had a real problem in this area. We have had good people come here, discuss things respectfully, and I congratulate the people of Portage la Prairie for taking a very mature view with our council on how to deal with issues. So what this resolution is asking is to review the Act so that we have a balance between banning people, which is a hard tool. They have a right to come here, but also protect us as council members and our staff. We have an obligation to protect our staff. That's one of the most important things we have to do as a council. And I'm confident between organizations like the AMM and the Administrators Association, they can come up with some proper balance that allows people the right to come here, but also our right as council to ban these people that are disruptive, harassing, intimidating of council members and staff. There's no place in our society for that kind of behavior. You know, the province has done codes of conduct for us of how we govern ourselves. They've given citizens the right to go to the ombudsman, the right to the auditor general, to FIPA, to get information. But what about our right as council to be protected? So this is, to me, a test to the province. I love this resolution because it's going to be a test to the province to say, will you protect us as council and give us the authority to be able to ban people who are disruptive? And we're talking in extreme cases here and a minority of people. We're not talking a lot of people. But we don't want to see a serious escalation and something happening, and then we're all going to be sorry that action wasn't taken. So I'm going to urge you to support this resolution. I think it should go to convention. We have a good discussion there, but I'm challenging the province to act on this resolution because it's getting worse and worse. And if we don't do something, there's going to be a consequence. Something's going to happen. So I ask for your support on this resolution.
Thank you. Anyone else? I can echo what Councillor Massey said, and I look at this resolution as the same way that I would look at and stand behind any a respectful workplace policy out there, that it needs to happen, and this is a place of work. And so it protects not only council, but staff and, you know, other citizens that are involved in it, and I think we really need to push this forward, so happy to support it. Thank you. All those in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Okay, next item of new business is the submission of a resolution to the AMM district meeting. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. Colleagues, what Waterworks Committee is bringing forward today is a submission of a resolution to the AM district meeting. So the issue is Manitoba Hydro is requiring City of Portage la Prairie to construct a hydro substation for our proposed going forward water treatment plant upgrade project. Now, to give you some background on this submission, municipalities are facing increasing financial pressure in delivering essential infrastructure, particularly as major water and wastewater projects grow in complexity and cost. In the case of City of Portage la Prairie's water treatment plant upgrade, requirements imposed by Manitoba Hydro for the city to construct and operate a hydro substation at an estimated cost of $5 million plus ongoing obligations reflect a broader shift of responsibilities to municipalities that are historically managed by the utility. These unanticipated costs, along with additional hydro-related requirements, are placing strain on municipal budgets, impacting affordability, and creating risk to the delivery of a critical infrastructure. Now, colleagues, within this report, you'll find the actual submission that we're going to move forward that I'm looking for support for AM district conference coming up. It seems to be a real shift in terms of responsibilities for these hydro substations. It did not
Maybe
necessarily
let's
catch
put
us
it
off.
on the floor
Okay.
first
Yes,
before you.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So I'll read it as it. Thank you, Your Worship. So it's the administrative recommendation, and I shall move that the Council of the City of Portage la Prairie approve the passing of a resolution regarding concern about the transfer of Manitoba hydro infrastructure responsibilities to municipalities for submission to the June AM district meeting. And I shall move.
Moved by Councillor Nichols, seconded by Councillor Porter. All those in favor? No, not yet. Go ahead, Councillor Nichols.
I just thank you for that. I find this is a critical point of this project, and experiences in the past. It's a whole. It was a, you know, in conjunction with our consultants, and when we went forward with the electrical piece, you know, it was impressed upon us now that the substation, in order to supply hydro to this new plant is that Hydro is looking for those costs to be borne by us. And I think that, you know, through this venture and bringing it forward, we're not alone in this venture. There is some other. It seems that this is a new way of going about some business that we want to question. And by going to AMM with it, we can bring it in a broader perspective and ask these questions. So this is what I am seeking, and this submission would go a long ways in getting this in for a resolution at AMM. And that's what I am here to support and speak to.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Okay, next item of new business, support resolution of the Assiniboine River Basin Initiative. Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. The issue here is the rural municipality of Sifton has requested support in lobbying AMM to reestablish the Assiniboine River Basin Initiative, also known as ARBI, for 2027. Background behind this is that the rural municipality of Sifton has requested the city's support in advocating to the Association of Manitoba Municipalities for the reestablishment of the Assiniboine River Basin Initiative. The city's operation department assessed the request and expressed support for the initiative, recognizing the value of a coordinated regional approach to the watershed management and irrigation related advocacy. So the alternatives are to approve a resolution in support of reestablishing ARBI, or number 2, any other direction that council may provide. So a couple other things here. The recommended resolution, whereas the former board known as the Assiniboine River Basin Initiative was instrumental in working collaboratively and addressing major flood issues with Saskatchewan and North Dakota on shared waterways, primarily the Assiniboine, Souris, and Qu'Appelle rivers. Whereas the board known as ARBI was established where stakeholders work together to achieve basin-wide comprehensive integrated watershed actions that will benefit current and future generations. The ARBI mission was to create a resilient Assiniboine River Basin where all residents can adapt to change and achieve environmental, social, and economic sustainability for all residents through collaborative actions across the basin. Post-historic floods of 2011 and 2014, this board was created with a 51-member board that advised on 162,000 square miles and a population of 1.5 million, covering flood forecasting, watershed, drainage practices, upgrading mitigation infrastructure. So whereas the funding of $50,000 from Manitoba was cancelled, and this led to the demise of the board, despite several positive and progressive steps. And whereas the landscape has changed and smaller tributaries are now flowing faster, creating artificial and natural flooding, whereas the new norm is unpredictable. Whereas the board can focus on replanting of trees and natural habitats, the need for water retention for human consumption, agriculture and industrial needs, aquatic life, recreation, and sustainability. Therefore, it be resolved, the AMM lobby the provincial government to re-establish ARBI for the 2027 year with unpredictable storms, excessive drainage, legal and legal, and before mentioned areas of concern, the need for those closest to the affected area needs to be engaged and have a voice.
Moved by Councillor Porter, seconded by Councillor Espy. Any questions or comments from anyone? Pretty straightforward. All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Okay, one more item of new business, support resolution regarding change to firefighter training standards. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Well, you can tell that AMM June district meetings are right around the corner. We have one more request for support, and this one comes from the RM of Rockwood, and they have requested support in asking AMM to lobby the province of Manitoba to implement transitional accommodations for firefighters due to the change in the training standards. So the Manitoba Emergency Services College must cease issuing seals under the previous standards as of June 30th of this year. This was dictated by the accrediting bodies and not a decision by the college. So this means that all in-progress training under the previous standard must be completed by June 30th, as no credits will be issued for any training that is partially complete. The Portage Fire Department is facing challenges due to this change in standards as well, as there's a new hazardous materials component that requires completion by June 30th of this year and will be difficult to accomplish, partially because the courses are limited due to the availability and the shortages of instructors. So you have the resolution in front of you set out by the RM of Rockwood, and it's the administrative recommendation that the Council of the City of Portage la Prairie approve the passing of a resolution of support to the RM of Rockwood, and I so move.
Moved by Councillor Doyle, seconded by Councillor Massey. Any questions or comments? Straightforward as well. All those in favor? And that is carried. Thank you. Okay, we have no items of old business, so we will adjourn council at 6:26 p.m. and we'll move right into committee. Call committee to order at 6:26 p.m. Finance, Legislative and Property Committee, Councillor Massey.
Thank you, Worship and colleagues. Finance, Legislative and Property has no report specific to that portfolio, but I do have a few things that I attended that I'd like to update council on. On May 12th, I went to the Highway Kitchen to volunteer again, and once again, just a great experience to see those people and the work that facility is doing. It just moves me every time I go there to see the warmth and how the people so much appreciate the work that the Highway Kitchen is doing. I attended a hospital foundation board meeting, and sort of the big news that came out of there was, of course, the board approved $725,000 for mammography services for Portage la Prairie. And subsequent to that, everything went pretty quick. Minister Asaguara came out, and there was a big news conference and press conference, which the minister announced further support for that service in Portage la Prairie. Mayor Knox was there. We had a number of other individuals, the Pink Ladies, Jenny Bjorkford, who gave her story dealing with breast cancer. It was a very, very great day for Portage la Prairie to see Dr. Michelle Nostad. So anyway, the minister came out and we had a tour of the hospital after, and it was just a great day, I felt, for the health of our community in Portage la Prairie. I did attend, along with others, the opening of the Prairie Vet business, another business for Portage la Prairie, pets. It's a big business, lots of activity there. Beautiful offices there on Saskatchewan Avenue. Great to see another business in Portage la Prairie that's meeting the needs of our people. Mayor Knox signed the proclamation, Public Works Week. I was invited there by the mayor and was pleased to be there. And there was a lot of Public Works employees there. My God, it was great to see all of them coming into the office. And so I was pleased to be there and show the support that we have for our Public Works Department. Do a great job. I attended the AGM of the Portage Learning and Literacy organization and got to talk to Kathy Dowd and the chair, Ms. Phillips, and it was great to see all the work they're doing. Kathy outlined it all the way through what they're doing and how much they're spending, and to see it all in one report was nice. The great job that they're doing. I attended the Chamber of Commerce board meeting. This is their board meeting where I go and give an update on the city, what we're doing at the city, and I focused on the financial plan and what a good plan I thought it was for the city of Portage, and answered questions. But always good to connect with our chamber, of course, on things. I attended another pilot graduation dinner. The mayor presented the Portage Cup to Stéphane Lejeunesse, great young man, and I was at the dinner and met him, and As usual, those of you who've been there, it's quite a wild night, I'll tell you. You see them really let their hair down, but it's great to see. I attended the fundraiser Flora's Walk for mental health, perinatal, how do you pronounce that? No,
Perinatal.
perinatal, regarding women's health and postpartum and those kinds of things. And it was a great day. Councillor Nichols, the mayor, and myself were there, and I believe the money is going to PCRC, so it's great to see that partnership. So, finally on Sunday, a number of us were at the grand opening of Jeepney Filipino restaurant, and if you think, as usual, we weren't entertained and had fun and were fed, we were all of those things. So it was a great day, and the mayor cut the ribbon. Councillor Nichols was there as well. I think him and I had about 100 spring rolls, but it was a great day. They're very, we've talked about the Filipino community. They are so full of passion and for their community, and it was a great day to see another business in Portage. So that's my report, Your Worship.
Thank you. Okay, City Planning and Economic Development Committee, Councillor Meyer.
Thank you, Your Worship. City Planning and Economic Development Committee cannot add to that report, but would like to just do a shout out, obviously, to the businesses that Councillor Massey had referred to, specifically investing within our community and opening them up as well. So with that said, there's nothing else to report.
Thank you. Okay, Community Services Committee, Councillor Espy.
Thank you, Your Worship. I have nothing on the agenda, but through Your Worship, I'd like to call upon the Executive Director of the PCRC, Mary Kozart, to talk about a couple of items.
Sure.
Thank you. So we had our Touch a Truck event last Thursday, and we had close to 400 people. So thank you to the City of Portage for sending some vehicles and celebrating Public Works Week with us. And we also have something else that's exciting and new for PCRC. So we have some funding left over from a project that we were saving for our affordable housing build in case we ran a deficit. And then we were able to cover that whole project with other funding. And so we have about $45,000 that we are looking for a partner on a new project for. So we do have a public expression of interest out, and we are looking for whoever has ideas to create more affordable housing in our community, and want to hear what they would do with that money. So it will be open until early June, and if anybody has any questions, they can contact me directly to talk about it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Is there any like public posters or anything on it? Can you send
We
my
have it on
way?
our website, and we have it advertised on social media, and we've sent it out to some key contacts. But yes, please share it. We would like to get the word out and see some really exciting projects come our way with
Sounds good. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, so I'll share it. Yeah.
that.
Good.
Perfect, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Worship. I have nothing more.
Thank you. Waterworks Committee, Councillor Nichols.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'll get into one item here with Waterworks, and that is it's lead testing time again. So each year the city is required to test for the presence of lead in drinking water at the tap in 40 homes around the city. Although the city water meets provincial guidelines, older homes may have lead services and fixtures that can leach into the water. We are looking for homeowners who would like to have their water tested. There is no cost to the homeowner. For homes that are selected, a free test kit will be dropped off, and once samples have been taken, staff will also pick them up. Results are confidential but are shared with the homeowner if elevated levels are detected. The city will provide information on how to mitigate exposure. If you're interested in having your home tested, please contact the Operations Department at 204-239-8346 by June 19th is the deadline of this year. So that's it comes around every year. It's a wonderful thing. We've got lots of volunteers, but we always need a few extra as well. So that we're putting that out there. And I'd also like to thank the City of Portage and the area for just over the last few weeks, some of the grand openings, the proclamation signings, the barbecues. It's vibrant in what's going on. I was able to attend a number of them, and it's very rewarding to see the new businesses open up, and those that are celebrating different milestones as well. So, great job, Portage, and that's my report.
Excellent. Okay. Transportation Committee, Councillor Porter.
Thank you, Your Worship. I don't have a report, but I'm just going to send a reminder to everybody that this is the last week of yard waste. And so Friday is the last day. So if that's your if that's your day for garbage and recycling or whatever, but garbage for sure, that's also your last day for pickup for leaves. And other than that, I have nothing else to report, but I will have to agree with the rest of council here. It is when we get invited to things, even though some of us aren't able to make every one of them, it's an exciting time in Portage, and we feel very honored to be invited to these things. So we do try our hardest to get to them, but sometimes we can't all get to everyone. But it's always nice to see that there's always someone from the city there. So congratulations to all the ones that just keep going there every time. Thank you.
Awesome. Public Safety Committee. Oh, just one last thing I'm going to say. People definitely use the yard waste, because when I take my grass clippings, you can tell how much work our team has done bringing all that yard waste there. It's pretty full this year. I think it was more than some other years. Awesome. Good work. Okay. Public Safety Committee, Councillor Doyle.
Thank you, Your Worship. Tomorrow evening is the May meeting for the Board of Directors with COPP. And as the Chair of Public Safety, I sit on that board as the city representative. And so I just wanted to bring up the golf tournament, which is happening June 25th. It's a Thursday. And just to recap something I said a few meetings back, in the 2025 golf tournament helped send 52 kids to either sports, get them sports equipment, enter art classes, music classes, etc. So every dollar that's raised at that golf tournament stays local and goes to help Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Portage Family Resource Center in getting these kids into various activities. So if you're interested in golfing and you want to support a good cause, June 25th is the COPP golf tournament. What else is significant about tomorrow night's meeting is that it will be Constable Larry Neufeld's last COPP meeting, as he is retiring by the end of this week. He has been counting down the days for, I believe, ever since I've known him, but he is, I don't know if his role is still media liaison, but I have worked closely with Larry over the last few years, and it was an absolute pleasure working with him and getting to know him. And he definitely will be missed in the detachment and especially on the board with COPP. So congratulations, Larry. You earned it, and we will miss you. And that's all I have to report.
Awesome. Just thinking about public safety, actually, I saw that City of Dauphin was back doing their 9 p.m. routine again. And I was thinking about that in Portage la Prairie of this time of year, right? Where you drive around the city and you see more kids out, more bikes out, more that sort of thing. And just a reminder to citizens, you know, to make sure to protect yourselves and do your part of locking up your bike, closing your garage, looking out for your neighbors. You know, if you see somebody's garage open, you know them, give them a call, that sort of thing. Because we want to definitely look out for one another, and we know this is a time of more traffic. Excellent. Next is Mayor's report. I don't have much to say except that most of you talked about everything that I was at. But by this time, our next council meeting, a number of us will have attended the Federation of Canadian Municipalities conference in Edmonton. That's where I'm going. Yeah, and we look forward to that. And we know Councillor Massey sits as on the board there, so we look forward to that process out there as well. That's all I have. I'll adjourn committee at 6:39 p.m. Thank you, everyone.